Hi guys, it's Andy from mcfcfantv, and welcome to tonight's what was going to be the Friday night social. We're doing a Sunday night social tonight, and I've got Ross on. How are you, mate?
Hey Andy, yeah, I'm really good, mate. Hi everybody watching. Yeah, really good, mate, for a Sunday.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's been a busy one. Sorry, I was just very last minute work stuff came in on Friday morning, and somebody had cancelled and asked me if I could go to London. So I was there, and then they asked me to go, stay there, and go again on Saturday to do some work. So, as you know, COVID has been hitting businesses left, right, and centre. So there was nothing I could do. I had to take the work, and so I do apologise, but I did promise it'll be Saturday or Sunday. So I'm back tonight with Ross, and we have got some other guests coming on. But anyway, let's see who is on. We have. Champions of England says England definitely won't win it. Ghost Degrade says KDB wins PFA. Yeah, we're going to talk about that before we go into the Euro stuff. FIFA says won't even make it out of the group stages, in my opinion. Interesting. Good evening, Blues. Jack Lee, how are you? Hit that like button, Blues. There you go. So if you can, that would be amazing. Sean says England are very poor up top and defensively wise. England have surprised people in the past, like in the last World Cup. Hi, all in chat. How are you, Tim? Hope you're well, mate. Wasn't the best game. Bit slow, I thought. Yeah, I only caught bits of it. I must admit, I was making a barbecue and I was popping in, watching a bit because it's a friendly. I will watch some of the proper group stage games, but as it stands at the moment, I was like, it's Romania. I'm really that interested, considering it was such a second 11. Congratulations, Foden, Pep Diaz, KDB, and their awards. We're going to talk about that. Good evening, everyone. Charlie, how are you? Clean sweep of awards it is. Hi, Andy. How are you, Tim? And hi, Ross, says Tim. I reckon Portugal win the Euros. Yeah, it's interesting. I was listening to this morning. I was out and about with the dog, and then I went to get some stuff for the barbecue. And I was listening to the Match of the Day podcast, and there was Micah Richards, Alan Shearer, and obviously Gary Lineker. And they were talking about the greatest teams, and they were talking about the teams in the 2016 and things like that tournament. And when they were running through the Portugal team, I was thinking, that's a seriously good team. A really good team. Hi, Gabby Wongo, says Jack Lee. Hi, all in the chat, says Tim. Share on all platforms. Thank you very much, Tim. Bingy Wong's on. How are you, man? Was this meant to be on Friday? Well, it was supposed to be the Friday night social, but I had to go away to London for work, which should have been one day. Ended up 2 days. So I didn't get back till very late last night. So sorry, it's now a Sunday night social. I don't really care, about international football. So I'm not a lover of it. I'll be honest with you. I've said it so many times on here. It's not really my thing. But it's the Euros. It's like the World Cup. I will watch the games, and obviously we'll be doing some stuff surrounding it. Coming home, probably not. Well done, Sean. That's quite funny. Ghost Degrade says Dupe MCFC can't be mad because players vote for the PFA, not the pundits. I think Spain will win it. You reckon? Well, we'll talk about the Euros. France and Spain in the final. You reckon? Yeah, it's going to be close. But anyway, on to the awards, which obviously the awards have come out this week. We didn't talk about it the other night too much because we were going into a season review, weren't we, Ross? And we were talking about each player. Now we thought that they'd get how they've done this season in particular. But if we go to the awards that have obviously been given out, well, this man has won the Premier League Manager of the season. I know there was lots of talk about David Moyes and all that type of nonsense. I mean, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, and there was only one. There could only have been one And for me, it was Pep Guardiola. Deservedly, Ross?
Yeah, for me, it's easy, wasn't it, really? Yeah. How could... I didn't get the hype around some of the others. Win the Premier League, win the Carabao Cup, semi-final of the FA Cup, final of the Champions League, the usual, you can only do it with money, blah, 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 blah. Well, I think he's proved people wrong this year because he's turned a few players around. And also, we said we were 11-4-12, and we were written, a lot of media wrote us off. So I think he said, well, if he wouldn't have won it this year, I reckon they didn't want to give it him. But they just had to, right? They couldn't not.
Well, it was deserved, wasn't it? I mean, let's face it. Champions League final, albeit didn't win it. Lots of City fans have, in the past week or so, have been having a go at Pep and things like that. But won the Premier League, won the Carabao Cup, got to the semi-final of an FA Cup, got to the final of a Champions League, broken more records left, right, and centre as well. There was nobody else, is there? Let's face it. What have you got? Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, Jurgen Klopp. You couldn't give it Tuchel because he only came in the last few games. Now, if Tuchel would have been in here all season, there might have been an argument for it, but we've only seen what Tuchel's done in the last couple of months. So it's like giving Roberto Di Matteo the Premier League, Manager of the Year when he won it that time after being in there in 2 games or something. Yeah, so there was only one. I mean, David Moyes has done really well with West Ham, really, really well. Bielsa's done all right with Leeds, but it was only going to be one. But moving on to the next award, which, this fella, Kevin De Bruyne, has been named as the PFA. So that's the players' vote of Player of the Season. Now, I must admit, I'm pretty surprised about that. I am pretty surprised about it. That was announced earlier today. What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I was going to say I'm shocked.
Yeah.
I just thought, not just in the City team, but I think we spoke about this on ratings. For KDB, we were saying, weren't we? We probably think he's disappointed in his own year. But I suppose it just goes to show when he's on the pitch, the respect he's got from other players, obviously because it's voted for by the players. And I think probably this is the one that footballers regard the most when they win it, because it's their fellow professionals. It's like at work, isn't it, when all your colleagues vote for you, and it means a lot that they like working with you as well, especially because it is across the league and everyone votes for it. So, but I was surprised, I must admit. But I'd love to see the breakdown and the votes and who was in there. I'd love to see that.
I think it's generally, I mean, even ex-players say it's very tactical in the way that they vote. They basically sort of, they try to, vote for ones that think that their teammates might if they vote for him. But it's quite interesting that they voted for him. Maybe Diaz was the one that they thought, well, he's going to win the PFA, so we'll vote for Kevin. I don't know. It just seems, I'll be honest with you, it does seem a very strange one. I mean, Kevin De Bruyne he's had a good season, but I wouldn't put him right up there. Hate to say it, but like Bruno Fernandes and a Mo Salah and those type of players, Harry Kane. Do you think De Bruyne has had a better season than those 3 players? Really? I don't know. Maybe he has. I don't know, Ross.
Yeah, it's a weird one, mate, because obviously some of those players you've mentioned, they've pulled their team along, like individually, whereas I think the one thing we've always, in the last few months discussed, we've been a real team this year. Yes, these players who have really been up there in the ratings and performances, but as a team, we've been a real team and not really a team of individuals like in the past where it's like, Silva or Aguero or Toure. It was this year it was a real team performance, and I think that's shown when we were doing the ratings the other night. So, like I say, and when is it like the other one as well? When do they stop voting? Because the votes go in before a certain point as well, don't they?
I think they're normally in February, but I think it went on a bit later. I think it was around about April, beginning of April, I think this year, or the end of March. It's normally at the beginning of February, which always, for me, I always think it always spoils it, because you could have players that have had a really good start to a season, dropped off around the December, January mark, then finish the season absolutely. You could have a player, let's say Kevin De Bruyne, he could start season, August to November, be brilliant, then have a really crap, December, January, February, but could end up driving the team forward to win a quadruple. And he could be absolutely paramount in that success. But if they voted in February, they go, yeah, but he's dropped off the last few months. And Jack Grealish has played really well.
Yeah, exactly. And in that as well, Andy, he had a slow start and he had that injury during, so it makes it even more surprising.
Yeah, it was.
I think I read though on one of the other awards, the Football Writers, I think it was, and I might be wrong here, but City had around 9 players or something in the top 15. And then there was something stupid, like I think it was 70 or 80% of the votes went to City players. They were talking about it on top. We don't know who those 9 are because they were trying to get who it is. But on this one, again, to your point, is it just KDB's a class player? I'm voting for him, whatever, because I love playing against. He's great to watch. He's great for the league. When I play against him, I think, wow, he's good. Like Kane in his interview. So it's just a given. I'm voting for him.
Yeah. I mean, he's, like I said, I think we did it the other night, didn't we? Jack's coming on in a minute. We had, when we did the one the other night, we were talking about the review of the season and the players individually. We were looking at it, and KDB, I mean, he's a phenomenal player. I mean, he has been exceptional, but I wouldn't have given him a higher score for this season than I would have the previous 2. I would have given at least a point more for the previous 2, or 2 points more in one of the seasons. But just goes to show you. But anyway, Bilal says he's better in the Champions League than the Premier League. If you're talking about KDB, the players probably don't just look at stats to vote. They know how good players are when they see them playing against them in person. And that's true. Yeah, I get that, Noah. I do. But I don't think I really don't. I mean, I'm over the moon, the blue moon, that is won the award. But I don't know. I think it's a big shock when it came through on Sky Sports before, and I was like, oh my God, he's won it? What Kevin has? Awards are late due to letting the Rags of Liverpool try and get the form. Share and subscribe, please. Thank you, Tim Smith. Dupe says lazy voting, in my opinion. Laugh out loud. Goldbridge is ranting about Foden winning and KDB winning awards. Yeah, he was going to win it from United at the end of the day. Bruno Fernandes for all those penalties. But anyway, we'll bring Jack in, say hello to Jack, and then we're going to talk about the next award, which is Foden. How you doing, mate? You all right?
Yeah, quite good. Cheers for having me on.
Yeah, you're welcome. Are you surprised, Kevin De Bruyne?
Yeah, because I thought his season was more in patches, to be honest. He'd have a few good games and then he'd go missing a few afterwards, and especially looking at, did he get COVID or not? I think he was out with an injury or COVID or something like that for like 2 months between February and March. So not playing a massive chunk of the season, I don't know why they won that award, to be honest.
Yeah,
and the fact that they take the votes in.
Yeah, I mean, maybe because I don't know. Maybe I don't know. I don't know, because it's the players who vote, and I said I've heard they do vote tactically and things like that. So I don't know if that played a part. I've no idea. But I am shocked. But on to Phil Foden, Premier League Young Player of the Season. Could there be anyone else, Ross, who might have been in there with a shout?
This is one of those funny ones, based on ages and stuff like that. But I think for me, Foden was the winner. I think Saka had a decent season.
Yeah, he did.
At Arsenal, and he's obviously got in the England squad. I think Reece James, I think, still probably goes under the young. I mean, Calvert-Lewin, would he still be up for young? I think Diaz could have. I think Diaz could have won Young Player of the Year.
Oh yeah, you see, we said in the past, haven't we? This 23-year-old. I mean, it's like
so. I think Foden as well. This is where it's a bit like, because when the votes finished, but I thought Foden's second half of the season, because at the start as well, he wasn't starting as many games. So again, is it when players put the votes in? We've just seen the last 4 games and they vote. But I think again, regardless of all that, well deserved. I think he's had a great season and he's really contributed, and he's probably the main reason, we'll go on to it later on, that I'm actually excited about the Euros.
Yeah. Jack, do you think there was anybody else that came close to Phil Foden this season for the Young Player of the Year?
Don't think anyone got close, but the only ones that can get shouted probably Declan Rice and Saka.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh, Mason Mount as well. Probably.
Well, he's a big winner, isn't he?
Yeah.
He has done well. He seems to have been the one player. And that, like I said, I'm not one for watching other Premier League games and things. So I haven't seen a great deal of him. I do think he's, you've got to give him a shout out at the end of the day. Which leads us on. That was, of course, our young Phil Foden, who got the Young Player of the Season, and for me, rightly so. And I agree with Ross. He's the one. He's the one player that's probably going to make me watch the Euros. Which leads us on to this legend, who has been absolutely phenomenal. Well, as it turns out, Ruben Diaz has won the Football Writers Association Player of the Season, and he's now been voted the Premier League Player of the Season. Sum him up, Ross.
Oh, Father Ruben, just been phenomenal, hasn't he? I think the thing that's really impressed me about not just his performances, but it's very rare that a foreign import to the Premier League just straight away hits the ground running, like from game one. I think even during that Leeds game, watching the Leeds game, he developed as the game went on in that game. And I just think for players, like even some really class players through the years have needed a season. Bergkamp, Thierry Henry, and all the different types of players, but they have needed a year. And I think he's just a leader as well. So young, such a leader. And for me, again, easily could have won any of those awards for Player of the Year.
Jack, deserved?
Yeah, I'd say so. Like Ross said, he just hit the ground running. I don't think he slowed down whatsoever. And the leadership qualities he brought to the team as well. He's helped Stones, and the whole back four looks a little bit more solid now.
Well, Noah says, how does Diaz compare to Virgil van Dijk? Interesting. Both, I mean, don't get me wrong, even though he plays for Liverpool, Van Dijk is an exceptional player. Very, very good player. How do they compare? I don't know. Ross, can you compare them? I mean, I think the two, I don't know.
I think he's being, the comparison is obviously because, in my mind, because of the effect that he's had on us. Both had an amazing effect on an area for each of the teams that were good sides but had a problem at centre-half. Now, for me, Van Dijk should be head and shoulders above Diaz if you think about his experience, and he's almost 30. He's 30 in July. Yeah. I think it's frightening because I think they're very, very close.
Yeah, and that's a really good. That's a really, really good point. Is the fact of you got to remember, Van Dijk was at Southampton, then he went to Celtic, He had what three seasons at Celtic before going. That was prior to Southampton. Was it Southampton? It was Southampton. Wasn't it?
Yeah.
Am I losing the plot here? Thinking
no, you bang on.
And then Celtic, and then obviously came into the Liverpool team, where he was what 26, 27. So he was like really experienced in English Premier League, Scottish Premier League, blah blah. So he'd done it already, and so he was established. Where Diaz has come from a foreign country straight into the Premier League and had an immediate effect. I'm not sort of saying that means that Diaz is better than Virgil van Dijk, because I think Van Dijk is an exceptional player, really is. But his impact this season for me has been phenomenal, absolutely phenomenal. And like I said, he's won the Football Writers Association Player of the Season. He's also won the Premier League Player of the Season. And with that goes to show you, when you look at that, how Kevin De Bruyne has won the players' vote over Diaz again. But I'm quite happy to take Pep as the Manager of the Year, Foden as the Young Player of the Year, Diaz as the Player of the Year, and Kevin De Bruyne as the PFA.
The interesting thing as well, Andy, for me, because I was looking at Diaz and Van Dijk earlier today, and Diaz played 55 games in the Benfica B team before they promoted him to the first team. And then we signed him after 91 appearances. And then he's gone on to make, 32 or something for City in the league, just league games. If you look at Van Dijk, he played 62 games for Groningen, 76 for Celtic, 67 for Southampton, and then he's played 95 for Liverpool. So actually, I'm just so surprised, and maybe it's why Diaz is such a good player. I'm not sure. I don't know a lot about the B teams, but you do see in Portugal, they seem to play a lot of games for B teams. Now, he was playing in that B team at Benfica in 2015. So that's unbelievable.
Kenster says here, I'd imagine Diaz would be delighted to be talked about in the same sentence as Virgil van Dijk. At the moment, seems a very grounded lad, and I think, yeah, I agree with that. I think Virgil van Dijk has already done it. He's been there, he's done it. He's a Champions League winner. He's a Premier League winner. Diaz is obviously a Premier League winner. Got to a Champions League final, won the Carabao Cup. But it's that age difference in it. It's like, especially for central defenders, he's got 6 years. Still got 6 years improved. Well, we're hoping improvement. For all we know, it could be a one season wonder in Biggie, a nonsense player next year, or an injury. But what we've seen so far from a 23-year-old is absolutely phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. And to win, like I said, to win the Football Writers Association award and the Premier League Player of the Season in his first season, in a really tough league, tough league. Not only a tough league, but a tough year that's been, because there's been very little breaks. We've been in 4 competitions. We've like we said the other night on the vlog, Ross, we played in 61 out of a potential 62 games that you could go through the whole season. If you played every single game in every cup competition you can go for, you play 62 games. We played 61 of them, and he's been an integral part. He really has. But anyway, that's the player. City have had a brilliant season, regardless of the Champions League. Yes, it was disappointing. It was very disappointing. We know that, but we're moved on from that now. We've looked at the review on whenever it was. Was it Thursday? I think we looked at Thursday, something like that.
Yeah.
Wednesday we did a review of the season and the players' performance overall. We scored them, and you guys scored them as well. What we're going to move on to next is we're going to move on to the Euros. And we'll be doing more videos. I am going to do next week. I I am going to be doing some videos for the patrons. I'm going to be doing some videos on transfer areas, like left back, like centre defensive midfielder, like a striker or two, like a potential winger. And I've got 5 or 6 names, and I'm going to do like I did with the likes of Frankie de Jong, the likes I did with not Ruben Diaz, with Aymeric Laporte, with Joao Felix and others in the years gone by. I'm going to do a full tactical analysis and do some research on those players. And I'm going to pick. So if you've got a player, here you go, I'm going to shout out to all the subscribers. If you've got a player in particular that you think I should talk about and do a full tactical breakdown on that player, and like I said, it won't be mine. I always do my research with the players, with the people who have researched him in those countries. And you think there's a particular player that you think we should be looking at this left back, send me an email to mcfcfantv@gmail.com. And they might already be on my list. I have got 6 players. I'm not going to say who, but I'll put it in here. And if there's a player in particular that you think I should be looking at, and maybe it's somebody I've missed, because I don't watch an awful lot of European football. I know some people are obsessed with it, but I don't have the time. But I do like to do my research when I do the tactical analysis on it. So I'll give you a heads up, Ross and Jack. You can have a shout out if you want to. Is there a player? Think about it. If you can't think now, come back to me and let me know. If there's a player in particular that you think, do a tactical analysis on this player. I'll do a full breakdown. It'll be about 30 minutes long, like the others were, and I'll do a full breakdown on their tactical analysis, and I'll do a video solely for the channel, for the patrons first, and then I'll publish it eventually on the main channel. Jack, is there anyone in particular? What do you need to?
No, I probably need to think, so I don't often look at European football just outside of England. However, that
they don't have to be European. It can be any player. They don't have to be European players. They can be any player. So have a think, Ross.
Yeah, I've got a couple, Andy. I'll email them you over just so it keeps it a bit mysterious.
Yeah, that'll do. Remember, if you email me on that email, I'm not going to take them from the comments. If you email me, I'll look at those, and maybe 1 or 2 of them are on the list that I've got already. I've got 6. I had 7, and one of them I dismissed the 7. So I've got 6 so far, and they are 2 strikers, CDM, and I've got a few left backs in there as well. But anyway, let's move on. Let's move on to the Euros. We've got about 30 minutes left, so let's move on to the Euros. Obviously, we've got friendlies. We had the friendly tonight, 1-0. From what I saw, it was a little bit drab. I didn't see all the game. I saw about 20, 30 minutes of it, in bits and pieces. Obviously, Jordan Henderson missing the penalty. Marcus Rashford taking a penalty. Took it quite nicely, like he normally does. Don't know what Jordan Henderson was doing, taking that penalty. But anyway, I'm just going to quickly come to you and say, where will England finish before we go into the England team and squad? Just give it me up front now before we start discussing the groups and things like that. So, Jack, and everyone, if you want to make a comment, give a comment below now in the chat. Where do you think England will get to in the Euros? Because it is literally a week away.
Probably say about the quarterfinals, something like that.
I always write these down. So, Jack, you reckon England will get to the quarterfinals? Ross?
Well, it's really interesting when you look at it because who they play in the next round.
Right, yeah. I've got it here, which I'm going to go through next. I was looking
at it before because I think they line up against the group of death, didn't they? And I don't fancy. I know it's only 2 friendly games, and I don't want to go into a Rossi rant here about the bloke who I think's stealing a living. But I'd love them to go far. But at the moment, I think they could get knocked out after they've gone through the group stage.
Kensa says, when you're undoubtedly looking for a good, lucky Scotsman for your old enemy show, I'm here. And hey, listen, Kensa, you're more than welcome to come on, buddy. Obviously, I follow you on Twitter and we have a chat every now and then. You're more than welcome to come on because I tell you what, why don't you come on, Kensa? Why don't you come on prior to the Scotland game? Because that is going to be massive. My background is my dad was Scottish, so I've got family in Scotland and everything else. So he's from Greenock, and I've got family all over Scotland. So I'm Scottish, I guess, but obviously I'm an England fan to a certain degree. But yeah, Kenster, come on and have a chat with us prior to the Scotland game. That'd be absolutely brilliant. Semi-finals at very best. We're going to win it. Come on, lads. Have some faith. Andy, if we come first in our group, mate, we play second in Germany. Hey, listen, I'm going to come on to that in a minute, Charlie. I already know who we play. We will fall short. England will walk it, you reckon? Round of 16 if we come first in the groups and not the final. Round of 16 reckons or quarters. Hello, Andy. Man6255, how are you? I'm very good. How are you? Round of 16, says David Welsh. Kenster likes that idea. Kenster, definitely will have you on the channel, mate, prior to that Scotland game, and that should be fun. Jack, you said quarterfinals. Ross, you've got to make a decision before we talk about the group stages.
Want to go round the 16? I really, really hope not, because I want to Phil go far into the competition, but God, I'll give you my views on when we go into the games. But
okay, well, first up, obviously we're in Group D. Then I've got the let me just see. Oh no, that's that one. Sorry, I was going to bring up another thing there, but it's not come up. We're in Group D, so if you don't know, obviously there's Croatia, England, Czech Republic and Scotland, which is absolutely brilliant. I'm so excited because if that would have been a Slovakia or a Sweden in there, obviously Croatia is a big game, but to have Scotland in there it makes me want to watch it now. If that was a crappy sort of first round, I'd probably go, yeah, but we kick off on the 13th of June, so we are a week away. On Sunday, 2 p.m. in the afternoon kickoff. It's on BBC, if you don't know, and it's England versus Croatia. I think that might be a tough game, and we'll talk about the team and the lineups. But the next game is Friday, the 18th of June, so only sort of 5 days later, on a Friday night at 8 p.m. at Wembley, we play Scotland, which is going to be massive because, let's face it, Scotland have been doing all right. They've got a good team ethic, good unity with Steve Clarke there. And then we sort of finish with Czech Republic versus England on the 22nd of June at Wembley. And that's an 8 p.m. kickoff on ITV. So the thing is, this is my point, and this is what I was messaged. I was talking to Ross earlier. Was we're obviously in Group D. So the winners of Group D, if I can get this right, because I was trying to go through this before, will play round of 16. We'll play the second from Group F. Now, Group F, somebody got a dog in the background.
Might just outside.
That your dog?
No.
Tell to shut up. Throw it a bone.
Right,
Group F, we have France, Germany, Portugal, and Hungary. I mean, Jesus Christ, what a group that is going to be. Ross?
Yeah, mate, I'm actually excited about watching that group.
Yeah, who can you see? Who can you see out of that group? Because that group is the best group. Well, let's see what's Group A. You got Group A. You got Italy, Switzerland, Turkey, Wales. Group B: Belgium, Finland, Denmark, Russia. Group C: Austria, North Macedonia, Holland, and Ukraine. It's by far the most interesting group out of all of them. Group F.
Yeah.
So France, Germany, Hungary, and Portugal. Who can you see winning that group, and who can you see coming second? Because whoever comes second, if England were to win the group, which is there's no guarantees of that, we would play whoever comes second in that group, which you would discount Hungary, wouldn't you?
Well, no, the winners are easy. I was going to say Hungary to win the group, and then one. But Andy, first of all, what made me smile was that UEFA are probably absolutely gutted about that group because they're going to lose one of those three. I don't think, can you ever, I know the last tournament they didn't do well, but can you ever discount Germany in tournament football normally? And they've got some great players. France, I saw an image of their lineup. Wow. And then Portugal, it's going to go down to, obviously, the Hungary's. It's going to be one of them, isn't it? Whoever's playing Hungary, you need to beat Hungary by 4 or 5-0 because it might go down to goal difference.
Could do. It absolutely could do.
So it's going to be great. I fancy. I'm going to go out on a limb here. I'm going to say Germany and Portugal.
Oh, so you think France might go out of that group?
I just think sometimes the team that everyone's probably picks as the favourite, because all you need in that group is one bad result, and you're gone.
Yeah. Well, we've seen France go out before, haven't we? In the World Cup, I think. Ghost of Grey says, who should I support since I am from a non-European nation? Jack, who should he support? Don't say England, obviously, because that's the obvious answer. If Ghost of Grey's wanted to follow a team throughout the Euros coming up starting next week, who would you advise him to go and follow?
Hungary.
Hungary. He won't be watching very long, will he? Really, he'll see 3 games and that'll be it. He's not going to follow any of the teams. Ross, who would you tell him to go and follow as a non-European?
Belgium,
except for England, he can't follow England.
Yeah, Belgium.
We want him to follow England, but I mean,
I'd go Belgium.
Belgium.
Yeah. I think as well, when we were talking about, missing out, I'm not sure, but don't so many third-place teams qualify for the?
Well, I think there has been occasions, but I can't remember how this. I didn't know whether that was in the past or whether they stopped that, but there could be. Saying that, looking at them, there's 1, 2, 3s in the game, so. There could be a third. I think there could be a third qualifier for, dependent on goals.
So wouldn't it be fantastic then in that group if one of those big heads missed out and Hungary went through? It'd be like the story of the tournament.
They might have got 0-0 or a 1-1 or something like that, and that's the difference between. So you're going to follow Hungary as well.
Do you know what though? As an England fan, as we all know, you can actually get quite deep into a competition without winning many games.
Hey, listen, you only have to look at Portugal. Portugal won. They won the Euros, the World Cup.
Yeah, the Euros.
Euros, and they I think they won 1 game prior to the final.
Third in the group, weren't they?
They were third in the group. They got through on goal difference or something like that, and then ended up. Belgium just beat Croatia 1-0 without Kevin De Bruyne. There you go. And they went through without. I don't think they won a game in 90 minutes. Sorry, in 90 minutes.
I personally as well. I'd like England, Scotland, and Wales to all go through.
Yeah, you've got to want Scotland to go through. It'd be great if in our group, Croatia, England, Scotland. It'd be brilliant if England and Scotland went through, because it's being held here.
Being an Ireland supporter is really depressing. Just seeing that lot in the competition.
Oh, Jack Lee, obviously, he's got Irish parents, haven't you? Heritage there.
No,
Your Republic, Northern
Republic
of Ireland. There you go. Yeah, bit of a shame for you. Neil Hanstock says Finland as it's their first major tournament. The two best third place teams qualified, said Davis Walsh. Thank you very much. They play playoff games, Ross. So all the teams that finished third in the group stages, they will all play together, and then 4 teams out of them play off and go through to the round of 16. There you go. Portugal did to France in 2016 what Greece did to Portugal in 2004. Like I said, I was listening to the match of the day one. If you're not free, go and listen to it. If you haven't, the Match of the Day podcast with Gary Lineker, Alan Shearer, and Michael Richards. They've done a big breakdown and a full rundown, and I was listening to in the car today. It's really interesting. There's about 4 or 5 episodes on the greatest teams and things like that. But right, well, if we were to win, then we will play one of France, Germany, Portugal, or Hungary. Now, looking at it here, if we come second, we play 2E. So we play the second of Poland, Slovakia, Spain, or Sweden. So let's just take those in isolation. We've already talked about France, Germany, Hungary, Portugal. Spain, Sweden, Slovakia, Poland. Who would you take out of that, Ross? Because who would you think would finish second in that group? Because that would be.
I think that's quite a tight group as well. I think.
You'd expect Spain to win it, wouldn't you?
You'd think Spain would win it, but then they're in a bit of a transition as well.
Yeah,
I've seen a bit of their stuff. They're not like the Spain of old, but you'd still think they'd win it.
So you've got Poland, Slovakia, and Sweden.
Yeah, I mean, they're all much of a muchness, aren't they? I think any of those. That's that group where you're going to say it's Spain and one of 3. Like you just.
Ibrahimovic is back for Sweden.
Yeah.
You'd have to fancy Sweden, surely.
Well, Poland.
Poland.
Jack, who would you think? You've got to fancy Spain to win that.
Oh yeah.
Group. Who would you think coming second out of those 3? I mean, it could be any of them, but if you had Poland, Slovakia, or Sweden, who would you expect?
Poland.
Yeah, could be. So if we do finish second behind a Scotland winning it, Scotland winning the group, England second, we could be playing a Poland or a Sweden or a Slovakia.
Well, Andy just done that. If I can see England losing the first game, I actually think Croatia will win our group. So I think we will finish. I think second place is.
Hey, listen, I would rather, looking at this now, I would rather us finish second and have a go against the second place of Group E than besides law. Poland will win the group and Spain will come second, won't they? And knock us out in the round of 16. But I would rather that than England win the group and have to play either France, Germany, Portugal.
Well, Hungary. Probably get Hungary.
Hungary, yeah, could be Hungary when they win the group. Right, so there you go. We're going to do loads more videos throughout the next few weeks on this, and we are going to do a fantasy football league on the Euros. We'll get that set up for you. I've been in touch with the app people, and it's not for me. They want us to get 2,000 people to join it, and they'll pay us money, and they'll pay. And not really for me. I'm not into that type of stuff. So we'll do our own. We'll set up our own Premier League, Euros Fantasy League. And if you want to join it, we'll post a link and you can join it. And we'll see how everyone does throughout the summer. So it should be interesting. Should be really interesting. I was just looking here. Obviously, it says here, and I haven't done a lot of research on the Euros, I'll be honest with you, but obviously we've got the quarterfinal 1 will be in St. Petersburg, quarterfinal 2 will be in Munich, quarterfinal 3 will be in Baku, and the Formula 1 went on today. Beautiful city. Oh, one of my most absolutely love Baku. If you ever get the chance to go to Azerbaijan and go to Baku, it is amazing. I did a vlog from there with I found a Man City fan and his girlfriend who lived in Baku, and they took me out around Baku when I was there a couple of years ago. And I did honestly, I won't say I did a brilliant vlog, but I did a vlog with brilliant people. And I showed you around the whole of where the Formula 1 was going round today. And that's going to be in Baku. So if you've never been to Baku, get to Azerbaijan. It is an unbelievably beautiful city. It really is. So that's going to be there. Semi-final 1. Oh, quarter-final 4 is in Rome. My favourite city on earth.
Rome's amazing.
Incredible. Semi-final 1 will be held at Wembley on the 6th of July. Semi-final 2 will be at Wembley. And obviously the final on Sunday, the 11th of July, will be at Wembley. So, it's great. I actually quite like the fact that there's going to be different, towards the latter stage, it's going to be different competitions, because even obviously England have got some, but Amsterdam, Budapest, you've got Seville, who are going to be hosting some of the games as well.
So another great city as well, Seville.
Yeah. Copenhagen, we've got Budapest, Wembley, and obviously Hampden Park, shout out to Scotland. Glasgow is going to host where's that? That's game 8. So I really, really like. Maybe it's something that they need to look at, rather than giving one country just everything. Let's see how this works out. And I think it could be quite interesting, having different climates and things like that, rather than it being in one city and everyone. I don't know. Maybe as a fan, if you are part of the England supporters club, you might go, no, it's garbage, it's nonsense. Let's just keep it at Wembley. But it's great that we've got obviously the major ones are going to be in the UK. But anyway, that's the fixtures. Right, starting 11. Well, as we now know, if we look at it, well, the starting squad, or the squad that Gareth Southgate picked, did have Trent Alexander-Arnold in there. Obviously, he's been injured. But his initial squad, and these were the numbers that were picked, was Pickford, Walker, Luke Shaw, Declan Rice, John Stones, Harry Maguire, Jack Grealish, Jordan Henderson, Harry Kane, Raheem Sterling, Marcus Rashford, Kieran Trippier. Then we had Dean Henderson, Calvin Phillips, we had Tyrone Mings, we had Connor Cody, got Jadon Sancho in there, Dominic Calvert-Lewin, Mason Mount, Phil Foden, who's wearing number 20. Then we've got Ben Chilwell, and then I don't know what. Anybody heard anything? What's happening with the replacement? I don't know. I haven't seen anything.
But he's announcing it tomorrow, isn't he? I think.
Is it tomorrow he's going to do it? Well, obviously, shame for Trent Alexander-Arnold, but he's out. Then obviously we've got James, obviously from Reece James from Chelsea. Did I miss one there? Did I miss one? I haven't got my glasses on. Was that Johnston? Who was that? Saka and Jude Bellingham. So happy with that. Happy with that squad. would there have been anybody in that squad that you think shouldn't have been in there, or you would have changed? Jack, come to you first.
Surprised Nick Pope wasn't in there, if I'm honest.
So Nick Pope, you would have had in.
Yeah.
You reckon? Anyone else?
Yeah.
In the injured Pope.
I don't know. Might be. If so, then that's
maybe that's why. Bill Al says Pickford experience, James Stones, Maguire, Shaw, Rice, Mount Pope. Gus Gray says Germany wins the European Under-21 Championship. Lucas Mecha scoring the only goal. Yeah, he's a good young kid. You'll have to keep going. Congratulations to the Mecha on winning the Euros Under-21 Championship with Germany. Brilliant for the kid. Paul Prowse will probably be the replacement. Yeah, I was listening to a bit private yesterday, and there was a big debate on who. I didn't know whether he'd announced it before the game or whether he was announcing it tomorrow. I'm not sure. Who should be the replacement? And most of the people I was listening to, Ward Prowse isn't that good. For Rabbits just shows there's no balls to drop. Anyone, says David Walsh, worth saying Jesse Lingard should definitely be coming in, and he drops the fourth right back. Ross?
No, after tonight's game, he was absolutely pony. I'm not on the Lingard bandwagon. I think all through his career, he's done the 5-6 good games, then he disappears, and that's what he did at West Ham in the last few. I've got mates who are West Ham fans, and they even said when they went in that run, as soon as Declan Rice didn't play, Lingard didn't play as well.
Okay, so who comes in then? Who comes into the Euro squad instead of Trent Alexander-Arnold? Does he pick another defender, or should he be picking a James Ward-Prowse, or have you said no to Lingard, or is there somebody?
I think James Ward-Prowse should have been in the squad anyway. I don't think Henderson should have been in there. And again, he's definitely not fit. And I'm not a big fan of Roy Keane for obvious reasons, but I thought his comments after tonight's game were absolutely brilliant when they said, he adds a lot. He's got to go because he adds a lot to the squad. And he said, what does he do? Card tricks or sing a song or something like that? Yeah, so because he said he's not fit. He should go and look for something else to do for the summer. And he's right. You can't just pick.
The biggest thing, Ross, though, is that Gareth Southgate has always said, I will pick players who are in form and fit. Yeah.
But
you've got Jordan Henderson in
the word this year was said this season on several occasions by a lot of media outlets and a lot of fans that Pep Guardiola was a fraud. If you want to look at a manager who's a fraud, then you look no further than Gareth Southgate.
Yeah.
The comment you've just said then about picking players on form, well, Lingard's one who's on form, you could say. He's not picked him. Patrick Bamford at Leeds scored more goals than Watkins, and he's not picked him once, even in the other ones. Danny Ings has had a great season. He's not picked him. He's done the same old thing that every manager for England does. Maguire's injured, I'm picking him. Henderson's injured, I'm picking him. He's gone back on everything he says. He's an absolute. And anyone who thinks we had a good World Cup, I knew I'd end up ranting about him. Anyone who thinks we had a good World Cup, we lost more games than we won.
Yeah.
He was very not a good. What's he ever? How is he even the England manager? What's he ever done in management? He's very lucky. If we had someone like a Pep, this England team would be amazing. We've just played 2 friendlies. He's played players that he's not taking, and we've still not played. They're on about. I read a few things today saying when we play on Saturday or Sunday, he's going to play a back 3. We've not played a back 3 all the way through games. You watch every other team who's playing. They're starting with a core of players who are going to line up in the first team on the first game. Who in that team tonight is going to start on Sunday? Not many.
Maybe 1 or 2. Maybe what? Maybe. Well, okay. Right. Okay. Let's stick with the question. Then we'll go finish off. We'll finish finally with the who will be starting level. Obviously, Charlie's saying Nick Pope is injured. You know, I'd take JWP over Lingard. So he wants James Ward-Prowse as well. Lingard over Jordan Henderson. Go for that. If England play 3-5-2, we'll struggle to get out of the group stages. I totally agree with that, Neil and stuff. Totally agree. Okay, you've got a shout. You're the England manager. Trent Alexander-Arnold is out. We know what the original 26 was. You got one choice. I'll write it down. Jack, who is it?
James Maddison from Leicester.
Ooh, interesting. Okay. Interesting. So you're going for James Maddison. Ross?
I'd say Bamford. I think he's the nearest. If Harry Kane gets injured,
I think there's the flexibility there because I don't think we need 4 right backs. So there is an option of a midfielder or a mid-striker or a winger or whoever you want to take. There is that option because it's not like we have 3 and now we've lost one. Here you go. 2 need a bit of cover there. Walker can play inside, but we only have 1 there. Remember, we've got Trippier. Trippier can play left, which we see, and right. We've got Reece James, and we've got Kyle Walker who can play central or in an advanced role, a false 8, whatever. Interesting, very interesting. Right. What's everyone else thinks? Well, Yusuf said Madison has been poor this season.
Yeah, we're getting Harry Maguire in there.
I was going to say Rashford, Maguire, and Henderson all injured and shouldn't be in the squad, said David Walsh. I agree. CM City says, hi, everyone. I'll have to watch this tomorrow because I'm an exam in the morning. Good luck with your exam, CM. Charlie says, for me, how can you choose a player that wasn't even included in the 33-man squad? It's surprising that Danny Ings wasn't included. Yeah, well, this is, as we know. Yusuf says, Ward-Prowse is a bit of a set-piece version of his average. I think he's had a decent season. But anyway, there you go. Jack thinks Maddison. Ross thinks Bamford. Yeah,
and it's not going to be either of them because they're not in the. So it's going to be Lingard or Ward-Prowse in it. That's the one he's going to take.
Kenster says in '98, the shocking exclusion was Gaza. In 2021, it's Lingard. Yeah, well, I don't know. We'll see whenever that's going to be.
I'd take Gaza right now. It'd be more entertainment with his fishing rod and his box of KFC, and it'd be awesome value for money. Gaza,
it would be great. And we've got an Andrea Basila wants to join us. We're just at the end, Andrea. Sorry if I missed your email then. Because I've got everything on silent, so I do apologise, but we are just sort of at the end of the vlog. But listen, if you want to come on the next one, please send us an email. I do apologise. I wasn't checking my emails. I didn't have it open, and my phone's on silent, so I do apologise. Right, well, give us your comments below. Who do you think should be the replacement for Trent Alexander-Arnold? I think we're all in agreement that players who are injured should not be in the squad. There are other players for me, especially. No disrespect to Jordan Henderson, but I don't think he should be anywhere near the squad. And don't get me wrong; he's been a great player for Liverpool in the previous seasons. Captain, I get all that. Harry Maguire, very solid defender. I'd rather have Harry Maguire than Tyrone Mings. I'll be honest with you, but injured. Why are we risking players? I'm sure Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is going. If he gets injured and he had major surgery in the summer and things like that, and then he's going to be out. £85 million player, and this time, you'd be absolutely. I don't know.
Yeah, it's going to be really interesting how he lines up because I reckon the team I'd pick won't be the team that starts.
Yeah, well, I mean, Charlie says that Maguire hasn't played a game since February. Yeah, he's going to a Euro champion. I don't get it.
We've been burnt as well, Andy, haven't we? We've been burnt in the past. Rooney, Owen, Beckham.
Yeah.
We've done it before.
Yeah.
Like,
Rooney, yeah. But it's the same old. I agree, it's the same old, and I just don't understand why you would take an injured player. It's madness for me. But anyway, I'm gonna get your starting 11 for the first game. I'll write them down like I normally do in the diary here.
is this what we do, Andy, or what we think it's going to be?
No. What you think it's going to be, not what you pick. What you think it's going to be. So we don't obviously. If we discount Maguire, Henderson came on tonight, so he could be fit. I don't think Maguire will be fit to start. So we discount Maguire from the scenario and pick who. There you go. Mingy one says Southgate said Maguire should be fit for Croatia. Not played a game, and yet he could be fit for Croatia. It's like anyway, right. Keeper. Yeah, who's your keeper?
Henderson, I reckon.
Okay. Ross?
No, he'll go with #T-Rex.
Yeah, I agree.
Pickford with his little arms.
I agree. Are we playing what formation are we playing? 4-3-3?
4-3-3 he'll play, I think.
Yeah. Okay, so who's going to be your right back, Jack?
Kyle Walker, easy.
Yeah, easy. I agree with Jack.
He's in for me. So he's mine. Left back.
Then Chilwell.
You're going for Chilwell.
I agree.
You're going for Chilwell as well?
Yeah.
It's good tonight. We're almost in agreement. I've gone for Chilwell as well. Who are going to be your two centre backs, Jack?
John Stones is one. He's going to play Maguire, but I was hoping it would be Tyrone Mings.
Okay, so you're no. Who do you think he'll start?
Oh, Maguire and Stones.
You think Maguire will be fit enough to start, and he'll play him? For me, that's a massive. I'm totally with you, but I think it's a massive risk. It's a massive risk.
I think he'll play him even if he's not fit. I'm with Jack. It'll be Stones and Maguire.
I'm with you as well. I'm only with you because I changed it. I did change it from Mings. I'm not a big fan of Mings, but I had Mings and Stones. But I think if the comment was true before by Mingy Wong, who said he should be fit for the Croatia game. Well, I think if he's fit, he'll play him. And not for me, but there you go. Right, who is going to be your three in midfield then, Jack?
Rice has to be in there.
Okay, so is he going to be the holder? Yeah, holding midfield.
And I will definitely have Mount in there.
Mount.
And Grealish.
I've wrote yours down the wrong way around. Should put Mount on the right and Grealish on the left, but that's your three. Okay, Ross?
So I'm really worried that I think he'll play Henderson. Because that's why he's played him tonight.
Okay.
I think from the last two games, Grealish has got to be in there.
I'll wait to which side.
What I'm really upset about that Henderson decision is if Henderson plays, I think that means Rice will miss out, and then the other one will be Mason Mount. And that is just a travesty how the Henderson is being picked ahead of Declan Rice.
Yeah, it would be when you look at the whole season, you go, there's absolutely no way in a billion years you would have Henderson over Rice. No way. Absolutely no way. No chance. But yeah, it worries me. I mean, I think Henderson has had one good season at Liverpool. One good season personally. He had a great season. But apart from that, he's a very average player for me.
No, what though, Andy? Did he actually have a good season that year?
Yeah, I thought. I thought he had a decent season. I thought he was decent. I wouldn't say he had a spectacular season, but I thought he was. I thought he did have a good season. I'm not going to bash him for that season, but I don't think he's apart from that one season. I just don't get him. Yeah, that season he was spraying balls left and right. I thought he was Stevie Gerrard and he was doing this, that, and the other. And I thought he was good. I thought he was good. I thought he had a decent season, but I do think he's massively overhyped. Massively overhyped.
He's definitely not the English Pirlo, Youssef. Definitely not.
He is definite. Hendo is in strength for us. He's definitely not Declan Rice quality right now. Definitely not. Okay. Well, I had Rice. I had Foden. And I had Mount. So, yeah, I don't know. Well, maybe Henderson will start. I guess we'll wait and see. Well, yeah, I've gone for Rice, Mount, and Foden because I'm sorry, you're gonna absolutely hate my front three, but
if I was picking a midfield three, not what I think Southgate's going to play, I would have Foden, Grealish, and Rice. That'd be the three I'd pick right now. But that's not what he's going to play. I think my forward three might be.
I actually might change mine. I actually might change mine now. I'm gonna put Foden in the front three.
There is in my front three, Andy.
I'm gonna put Rice, Mount, and Grealish. I'm gonna change it.
That's what it should be. But
I'm thinking about what Gareth Southgate will pick. I had Sterling on the left, so I'm going to remove Sterling. I'm going to put Foden on the left. I'm thinking about what he'll pick, so I'm going to put Foden on the left. I've gone for Mount, Rice, and Grealish. So, right, Jack, your front three.
Foden's going to be in there.
On the left.
Don't know if he's going to play Rashford or Sancho, and then the striker's Kane.
Okay, so Kane is the striker. So you got Foden is going to be in there. Can't see Foden playing on the right, I'll be honest with you. He might do, which means Jadon Sancho can play on the left. Can't see Sancho playing on the right, but you've got to pick one.
No, Rashford, Sancho.
Rashford. Was Rashford injured tonight?
Oh, he played.
I know he played and he scored, but I thought maybe I was listening to something else. Okay, so you're going to go Rashford, Kane, and Foden.
Yeah,
pretty decent, isn't it? Ross,
Foden, Kane, and Sterling.
Sterling on the right.
Yep.
Ooh. Well, I took Sterling out of the team for Foden to get Grealish in. Even though I'm not a Grealish lover, I'm just thinking about what he'll pick. So I've gone for Rice, Mount, and Grealish, Foden on the left, Kane up front, and I agree. I've got to agree with Jack. I think he'll play Marcus Rashford on the right.
Yeah, I'm giving him the captain's armband today. He's definitely in his plan. I think his preferred front three. If you asked Southgate a couple of months ago,
Sterling,
Rashford, Kane.
Yeah, no, I think that would be his. That would be the problem. Being is you've had two friendlies now with Sterling, obviously because of going deep into the competition, the likes of Mount and everyone else, and Sterling and Foden, and we've not seen him, have we? But he's got another week with him before the first game. And it wouldn't surprise me. It wouldn't surprise me if you really see Sterling after a few days of break and everything else. It wouldn't surprise me to see Sterling start with Rashford and with Kane and Foden. It wouldn't surprise me that. Foden still on the right and Kane up front. It wouldn't surprise me.
Who else might mean he misses out because of Henderson playing? Foden.
He would have. Foden is miles better than Prime Beckham and Figo. I'm not sure about that, mate. I'll be honest with you. Beckham in his prime was absolutely world class, and Luis Figo was a sensational player. I think he's got a long way to go to get to those levels yet. Sterling can't start with Sancho based on form. Well, why did Jordan Henderson start today?
Sancho didn't play well today, I didn't think.
Foden's better than Prime. Oh, sorry. Sancho always plays on the right wing. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But I'm saying is he going to play over a Rashford? It's not about who we would pick. We're saying, what will he pick? I'm not sure he'll pick a Foden on the left, a Kane, and a Sancho. I don't think he will. I just don't think Sancho will get into the starting 11. For me, anyway. I think he'll. Yeah, I honestly think Sterling will be in ahead of Sancho in Gareth Southgate's plans. Not mine, not form, not everything else. But it's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting.
That'd be really good if he played. It's not really a 4-4-2, but if you had a midfield consisting of Grealish, Foden, Rice, and Mount,
play two up front
with Rashford and/or Sterling and Kane. I mean, why not play? So Foden, Mount, Grealish, and Rice.
That's a 4. So
probably
you're not going to
best.
You're not going to have Kane now. So it's Kane and someone else.
Yeah.
Play 4-4-2. Otherwise, you're going to have to go to a 3-5-2.
Yeah.
Or you're going to play a 4-1-3-1 or something.
Unless if Maguire's not fit, he does play 3 at the back. And
Walker, Stones, and Mings. I don't know Mings, you could do, and then you're going to have some wing back, aren't you? So you're going to have to have a Reece James has got to be in there for me. Maybe even a Luke Shaw rather than a Chilwell in it.
Or he might play Trippier on the left field.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe that he might go down the 3-5-2 route to start against Croatia just to be solid and go, let's be solid. If we get a point and it's 0-0 or 1-1 or 2-2, it's a point. We're on the board. We're up and running. And then we go from there. Maybe. I don't know. But anyway, let's see finally before we go. Foden is better. Sterling can't start over Sancho based on form. Foden is miles better than Beckham. We've done that. Stop. Joe, stop it. We've done it before. Andy, my 11. This is Charlie's. Pickford, Shaw, Maguire, Stones, Walker, James, Mount, Rice, Foden, Kane, and Rashford. Yeah, I mean, quite possibly. That is quite possibly. Looking at that, you're playing a 3-5-2 there, aren't you? You're playing with Kane and Rashford up front. Looking at that, so that's got to be a 3-5-2 or a 4-1-3-2 or something.
He might go 4-5-1 as well.
He might. He could do. He could quite easily do that. He might. I mean, you've got to remember we're playing Croatia in the first game. He won't. The key thing to that is he won't want to lose that first game. He won't want to start off with a loss. So he might go really cautionary and go, well, forget a point. That means it's only a point for Croatia. Croatia, we've still got other games that we can win. Sancho had the stinker, didn't play well. Having Sterling, Sancho, okay, we give a lot more speed down the flanks. I agree with that. That's the whole. I still think he likes Sterling because of his pace. And I think Harry Kane likes Sterling because of his pace. And then it's whoever else plays on the other side. And as much as I'd say it, maybe Rashford isn't the person on the right. Maybe Sancho is a bit more trickery, a bit more, I don't know. It's going to be interesting. Has Gundogan been picked for Turkey? Plays for Germany.
Plays for Germany.
Plays for Germany, Ming Yuan. Why would he be picked? Gundogan plays for Germany. Yeah, he wouldn't. Unless he's changed nationalities. I know that he's obviously a Turkish background, but he's a German player, and I'm sure he'll definitely be picked in the German national team. I'm sure he will. But anyway, there you go. We have looked tonight at Premier League Player of the Season, Foden, Premier League Young Player of the Season, KDB, PFA Player of the Season, Diaz, Football Writers Player of the Season, and Premier League Player of the Season. We had a great season, even though it was a bit disappointing for the Champions League. We didn't turn up on that particular night, but we won 2 trophies. More importantly, we won the Premier League. It just goes to show you how fantastic our team has been this season, fighting on all 4 fronts. 62 games you can possibly play in a year in European football competition. We played 61. That shows you how consistent, how brilliant we've been. But I'm going to come finally to one question. Oh, I've got 2 other things. One is the 17,000. Another is that. Who's your winner, Jack, of the Euro? No, you can't.
No, Belgium.
It's not going to happen.
Belgium. I hope it's not France, but I hope it might. I just hope it's not France, but it'll probably be Belgium or France.
You can't say England and France are in the final. It's going to be England or France. You've got to go. This is who it is. Great stream, Andy Ross and Jack. Come on, City. Come on, England. Up the Blues. The awards. Katie. We'll have Sancho in his path. I can't wait for that Scotland game, Kenston. I really, really can't wait for that. My winner is Portugal. There you go. You've got to pick one, Jack.
Belgium.
Right, okay, so Jack's going for Belgium. Ross, who's your winner?
Oh, I'm going to go, I'm going to go random and just go Holland. I just think the Euros is, I think Portugal's a great shout, but I just want to mix it up a bit and just not go for who everyone thinks and just say, Holland. I actually, growing up, used to love watching Holland with Rijkaard, Van Basten, Hullet. And I know they're not the same team anymore, but I like the kit. And I like their ex-players, so there you go.
Well, I can't pick them. I can't go. I've got to go for something different. And I'm just looking at the Sunday Times supplement here. I'm just looking at it and going,
yeah.
Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Who's it going to be?
I want to change my mind, actually. I want to change my mind. Before Andy says this. I'm changing my mind, and this is what I'll do on any streams I'm on. I will adopt them as my country throughout the streams and give everyone an update on how we're doing and the squad and stuff. Italy.
So I was going to pick. Right, okay, so I can't have Italy. I was just looking at it then.
You have Holland then, Andy. We'll swap.
No. I'm not going to go for Holland. I will go for. Right, I've got to pick somebody different. I can't pick England because obviously, you know what? This is for Kenster. I'm going to do the same for Scotland. There you go. I'm going to do the same for Scotland. But obviously, I want England to win. But Jack's going for Belgium. Ross is going for Italy, which was the one I was going to choose. Maybe I should have chosen Germany. No. Get rid of Scotland. Sorry. Germany. I'll go for Germany. There you go, Germany. I don't think they'll do very well, but I'm not picking the obvious ones. But France and Portugal. I think Portugal are going to have. They've got a sensational team. When you look at it, wow, what a strong team Portugal have got. I really, really do think they've got a brilliant team. But I will be having a shout out, Ken, so don't worry. I will be having a shout out for Scotland. But yes, so Belgium, Jack, Italy for Ross, and Scotland and Germany for me. There you go. But anyway, listen, 17,000 subscribers. Thank you so much. Really do appreciate it. I did say there's going to be a big prize. What it is, it's going to be a £50 Man City voucher. There's a £50 Manchester City shop voucher, so I can send you the code and everything else for that. What we're going to do is we're going to, prior to kicking off, before the games kick off for the Euros, what we're going to do is we're going to ask you for your final teams. Who is going to be in the final of there? Now, if more than one person gets it, what we'll do is we'll break down the prizes, and it'll be you can't send it in yet. You can't send it in yet. What's going to happen is I'm going to put it on the community chat. I will tell you next week when it's going to go live on the community chat. Now, the first person, we'll have to break it down. So if 5 people get, look at don't forget, go over and follow the whole sort of format, because sometimes you can't pick from the start who it might be. Have a look at that. If one person wins it, you'll get a £50 Manchester City shop voucher that you can spend on anything you want. You can put it to next season's kit, tops, training kits, whatever you want to do. It's entirely up to you. If 2 or 3 people, will break it down to, maybe £30 voucher for the winners, 20 for second, 10 for third, something. Oh, sorry, if I can do my maths. Might do 25, 15 and 10 or something like that. But if people get it. But you can't do it yet. It'll only be live when I post it on the community chat on the channel. So if you're not a subscriber, now's the time to click subscribe. Hit that subscribe button and then go on the channel to the community chat. Every day, most days, we post stuff on there, polls and things like that. It will probably be live 24 hours before the first match goes live. And I'll do it. And if you're first in there and yours comes up, and you are the person who's got you've got the 2 teams that are going to be in the final, then you'll win the £50 voucher, dependent as several people win it. But you'll be the person that'll win the £25 or whatever else. But it's entirely. We'll break it down one way or the other. I've also got some other pin badges, Man City pin badges to win. What I'm going to do over the next day or two, I'm going to post some questions on the community chat. Now, if you want to win one of these, send it you free of charge wherever you are in the world. Man City pin badges that you'd wear on you wherever you want to wear it, hats, wherever, coats, sweatshirts, t-shirts, kits, whatever. I've got 10 of them. Okay, so I'm going to give those away as well. So they finally came through. I did order them, God knows, 6 weeks ago, and it's just been so slow coming through. And finally, they came through yesterday. So I've got 10 pin badges, Man City pin badges that you can win. I'm going to post over the next few days. I'm going to post some questions, and the people who answer first those questions and get them correct, you'll just have to send me an email to mcfcfantv@gmail.com, and you can have one on there. And I might send some others out. I've got some other prizes as well in the background that's going out. But anyway, any final comments? Tom Betts thinks this team has the best chance, and he thinks Pickford, Walker, Stones, Maguire, Chilwell, Foden, Rice, Mount, Sterling, Kane, Grealish. Jack Grealish. People are saying that Turkey are the underdogs. The question's hard. They're going to be massively hard. Super, super hard. No, you're just going to have to be quick. You're going to have to be a follower, subscriber of Man City Fan TV. You're going to have to click that bell icon below and make sure your notifications are set to public, not private. Otherwise, you won't be notified when that question goes live on the channel, and it might be first come, first served. So if you get the final the Euro 2 finalists correct first, you're definitely going to be in with a chance of getting a voucher sorts anyway. So I'll let you know later next week before the game starts. Ross, any final thoughts?
I just want to say congratulations to Lauren Hemp as well from the Man City ladies team. So she's actually become the first woman ever to win 3 PFA awards. So it's Young Player of the Year award. She's the first person. She was also nominated for the Player of the Year as well, which I think the lady from Chelsea won. But I think that's amazing, and it shows how far our women's team has come as well. So well done, Lauren.
Superb. They have done very, very well, and I think there's only going to be improvements this summer as well. But Jack,
come on, Hungary.
Short and sweet. Come on, Hungary from Jack. Don't think we'll get notified for community posts. I don't. Well, listen, I post on community chats, and within minutes I get comments and thumbs ups and things like that. So I don't know. Maybe you need to set your settings to public and not private on your settings. So have a check of that, because normally the polls, I post polls on the community chat, and within minutes there are comments, votes, things. We do those all the time, and on the polls there can be 100, 150 within like 12 hours and whatever else. So people are getting them and seeing them. So maybe just check out the community chat on there. And anyway, England win 1-0. Jordan Henderson missed the penalty. Jordan Henderson is back. Harry Maguire might be back. Who knows? But all we're interested in is that Pep, Foden, KDB, Diaz have absolutely scooped all of the awards. And that's absolutely right. But anyway, take care. Cheers, Ross.
Cheers, mate. Cheers, Andy. Cheers, Jack. Thanks, everyone, for watching. See you soon. Stay safe.
Jack, see you, mate.
Cheers.
Thank you for coming on. This is Andy from Man City Fan TV. Like I said, if you want to give it a thumbs up, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget, if you're not subscribing, you want to subscribe, you want to be in for these prizes, hit that subscribe button below. We'll be back and with another video, and we'll be doing more stuff throughout the week. I will be posting some player. I might do them over the next couple of weeks, but they'll be in the patrons. So if you're a patron, watch out for the videos. There'll be a tactical analysis on certain players. And remember, I did say, if you've got a player in particular that you think that Manchester City should be going after, not your Harry Kanes and these type of things, which we all know about Harry Kane, don't forget, I'll put it in here again. Send us an email. That's the only way I'll be notified. Send us an email to mcfcfantv@gmail.com. And if you've got a player in particular, Grealish City 80 million, pin it. Mike Union B says, we'll see. But if you've got a player in particular that you think I should be doing a player profile on, like I did before with all of those players that I've done in the past, with Joe Felix and Laporte and everyone else, I'll do one. But I'll post them on the Patreon page, and then later on, maybe 4 or 5 days later, I'll post it on the channel as well. But it takes a bit of a day's research going through all the overseas tactical analysis on that particular player. But send it to that email. I'll have a look at it. I'll do a video on it. And we'll be back soon. But take care. Thank you so much, everybody. Hope everyone's safe. And you're back to work now. Good luck, because it's coming around. But take care, and we'll see you soon.